Well, hello. It's me with a short little midweek video. Haven't done one of these in ages. It's nothing to do with photography or cameras. It's certainly not a Tech Tuesday. I remember them Tech Tuesdays. um, but after just having my latest multiple myeloma checkup and results, I thought I'd give you an update on how life is treating me right now. A short history lesson for those who don't know me or are watching a video for the first time. I was diagnosed with multiple myeloma back in October 2014, and then after a catastrophic spinal fracture, near fatal blood clot, and several months in hospital with various life-threatening ailments, I had a stem cell transplant in July of 2015, and then nearly 8 years in what they call partial remission before I relapsed. Hello, Douglas. In early 2023. Following the relapse, I refused any chemotherapy treatment after just one round of it had caused me no end of heart issues. I also have a cardiac condition. Oh well, man, and a pacemaker fitted. Well, to help keep it beating basically. So I'm at the mercy of just living healthily and just being super careful with things really. Now, I do have quarterly blood tests, thereabouts, and checkups, so the NHS can keep an eye on me. And I had the results of my last tests just last week, and in common with most of them, they just confirm that although I have active myeloma, it doesn't seem to be actually getting worse or killing me right now, which can only be a good thing. But more on these tests later on. Since my last little update down the woods, I think it was last year, I'm still largely suffering with the same ailment. So that's mainly bone pain, which has now spread from my back and pelvis to my legs and my right shoulder. Not the left one though. Thank you, small mercies. Walking any distance has become quite painful, and even just standing for more than a minute results in excruciating lower back pain. The joys of it all, eh? The daily morning nausea and headaches, well, they continue. And imagine the worst hangover you've ever had. They last about an hour and a half every morning. And these past few months, I've also been getting worse and worse night sweats and muscle cramps, mainly in my legs, but sometimes even in my hands and my arms. And they are horrible and make sleep, which is difficult enough as it is, even trickier. This means that my fatigue levels have also got worse, if they could, and I struggle really to have any sort of normal daily routine. That being said, though, I do like to try to maintain as normal a daily routine as I can. I try to get out of bed by 10:30 at the latest, and then I have my photography to keep me going. Thank God for my garden this past summer, as that's been my main playground. Then there's YouTube, of course, and writing for my blog. There's a link in the description, as it always is. Or just keeping my own personal journal, something which I've done for the past 10 years or so. To relax a bit, there's playing with my dogs and my budgies. That's Dexter and Douglas, my border terriers. Douglas is down there asleep somewhere. And Chico the budgie. And despite the pain, with the aid of some strong painkillers, I do try to walk at least a short distance every day. I got a very real fear, if you like, of getting blood clots, so I feel I have to keep moving. Now, Lisa has suggested getting a small electric vehicle of some sort, or like Benidorm, or even resorting to the wheelchair I have in the garage, but I will try to keep mobile for as long as I can, as much for my own self-pride as much as anything else. I mean, I used to be a competitive racing cyclist, and then I was used to hiking miles and miles to take pictures before it all went south. So being sedentary, it doesn't fit well. Now, I try to avoid as much social contact as possible due to my compromised immune system and the fear of catching any sort of virus, really. So I don't really socialise, and I only go to the football with my daughter when I can to support our team. Anyway, by around 7 p.m, I'm pretty well ready for bed again, both to relieve the pain and to try to get some sleep. It's not much of a day to enjoy them, but I try to keep as busy and as workmanlike as possible to retain a sense of some normality and sanity at least. I'm sorry if this has come across as all moan and groan, but that's the reality, really, of my situation. To dress it up any differently and pretend would be, dishonest, disingenuous, and simply misleading to anyone else watching who is living with this horrible, horrible illness. Lastly then, these blood tests. Now on the face of things, it all seems rosy, but I don't really trust them. Before I was diagnosed with myeloma, some neurological tests I was having picked up a precancerous condition in my blood called MGUS. I can't remember what MGUS stands for, but it's some long words. And to monitor that, just like now, I had 3 monthly blood tests, and just like now, they were always absolutely fine. So much so that the haematologist at the time proudly told me I'd have nothing to worry about until I was well into my 70s. Within a month of that statement, and just after my 50th birthday, and following an x-ray I had to find the source of some back pain I'd started getting, I was in hospital and being diagnosed with full-blown multiple myeloma. My L3 vertebra was effectively being eaten away, and I had a number of cancerous lesions all over my spine. So, as you can imagine, I don't really hold that much faith in these tests, and rely more on how I feel and the messages that my body is sending me. Lie down normally, but whatever. Yeah, but for now, I keep on keeping on, doing what I can whenever I can. For now, it's this YouTube channel and my blog that keep me busy, and I really don't know what I'd do without them, to be honest. Views and subscriber counts, they mean nothing. It's just having something tangible to actually do that's more important. Anyway, with that, I have filmed and uploaded a video for Saturday all about my latest camera acquisition, a second-hand Nikon Z6. Catch it if you can. Until then, or until the next time you watch one of these updates, just be nice to each other, okay? Ta-ra.